Another YouTube video today. We're bringing it back, doing the YouTube thing. You guys know what it is. Welcome to my top 10 games of the decade, the 2010s. Now, before we begin, I just want to say that this is certainly my review. It's my opinion, honestly, but I did try to gather as much objective evidence and as much facts as possible. I never want to be a guy who just throws out bullshit on this YouTube channel. Sure, I like to have fun. Sure, I like to make great videos and just throw them out there and have, you know, a lot of creativity with them. But I do try to do a lot of research, a lot of objective criticism, and try to really look at the truth and the facts of things more than I try to value my own opinion sometimes. It is my opinion. It is the games that I've played. I haven't played MOBAs, and I'm not going to rank CSGO in there, as CSGO wasn't made this year, and I don't think League of Legends or Dota 2 was made in this decade, or this decade is what I'm talking about. Some of the games that I have in here, I just want to make very clear. These are the games that I played. These are the games that I sat down, did in-depth research on, and I know about them and I understand them. There may be games like Celeste or God of War, or some of these games that I haven't sat down and played a lot of. I know about, I've watched, I've researched, but if I haven't played the game and I haven't took the time to actually examine it, I'm not going to put it in here. Don't kill me for this shit, all right? Let's just get on into the video. Starting off with number 10, I have Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series. I kind of took a break from the Assassin's Creed series after 3. I didn't enjoy Black Flag, and I didn't enjoy anything else after that. I thought they were all copy and paste of the same game that I had been playing. But when Origins came out, it really stood for what Assassin's Creed was, which was the immersive open world game that also allowed for you guys to go into history. History was my main focus on Assassin's Creed Origins. I loved going to the Jerusalem, the Israel, and everything that surrounded the first 2 games, I think it was, or the first game at least. It seems like Assassin's Creed Origins really stepped back into that mode of showing me an environment and a history and a place that I could not access now or any other time. I've been to Egypt, I've toured in Egypt a little bit, I've seen it, but I wasn't able to see ancient Egypt and see what actually happened behind the scenes. And that game took me into there, and it really made me open my eyes to what ancient Egypt was, how it worked, and Bayek as a main character was amazing. I love what these guys did with the game, revamping the game, and taking a year off to show us that they can create good games again. Assassin's Creed Origins is my number 10 game of the decade. Number 9 is going to be a bit of a surprise, I guess. I know it's a little bit older. I know it's really 10 years old at this point, I'm guessing, but it's something that really still stays true to my heart because it set the foundations for the second one, and that's Red Dead Redemption 1. Red Dead Redemption 1 is arguably the best game on the generation, or of the generation of the PS3 and the Xbox 360s. It was phenomenal. It really made me respect open world Western games, which I didn't even enjoy up until this, especially for the consoles and the technology that they had back in the day. It really just shined when you look at a video game that was created around a main character that you didn't really know much about, but they developed him and developed his persona throughout multiple layers, multiple stories, and definitely multiple different situations that you found yourself loving or even hating John Marston in certain situations. This game is more respected for the foundation it laid for the second one. Nonetheless, a very great game, and I absolutely love this game. It's one of the best games that I've ever played to this day. To this day! Number 8 is Fortnite, and when I refer to Fortnite, I'm referring to Season 1 through Season 3. I would have put Fortnite almost number 1, honestly, if it wasn't for it crashing. If it wasn't for it just completely going downhill to me. I don't like Fortnite that much anymore. I haven't liked it for about a year and a half now. But when Fortnite first came out to about Season 3, I thought Fortnite was the best thing I had ever played. I never played a battle royale before that. I haven't even tried other battle royales. I had seen them, but I really didn't get into them. And when Fortnite came out, the accessibility to building and people only building on defenses or building a little bit made Fortnite one of the better games and one of the more strategized games for a shooter I had ever seen. Now, after Season 3, it's up for debate if you guys still enjoy it, or if you don't. I still play it from time to time. Not a lot, but it's almost no debate that Season 1 through Season 3 of Fortnite is a classic, and most gamers will relish that Fortnite back then was arguably the best game almost to ever grace platforms. I mean, it's the biggest game. We can make that debate, but for me, I'm gonna have to leave it a little bit lower in the ranking because I don't enjoy the game as much anymore as I used to. Number 7 is NBA 2K11. Now, I struggled with putting NBA 2K11 and NBA 2K16 in this. I wanted to go between the two because I do feel those are the best 2Ks ever made. I feel like 16 had better gameplay, and 2K11 had really good gameplay, but it just wasn't up to 2K16, obviously because of the time difference and difference in how gaming and everything works, different consoles. The 2K11 with bringing Jordan into the game, which had never been seen before. Jordan wasn't in any game that I had ever played before. And not only that, bringing back his classic moments and everything with that was really good. And I'm not even a big Jordan fanboy or a big Jordan hype. Most of you guys who know me know that I don't even think Jordan's the greatest. I have Wilt as the greatest. But I really do enjoy the game. And I thought it was the aura and how they changed the paradigm of 2Ks. Because leading up to 2Ks, there was not this much in-depth and different modes, and especially with my career. My career wasn't even as good as it was until 2K11, which is the depth and the bread of 2K right now, which I don't play. Nonetheless, 2K11 was what set the groundwork for the new 2Ks, was set the groundwork for some of the best 2Ks, some of the most advanced 2Ks, and that's what really got me into 2K more and more, was 2K11. And I still think this game is the best 2K. It's a debate between 2K11 and 16, but I threw it in there just because it was the first time we had seen things like this, and it definitely made 2K, and it was definitely the foundation of what 2K is today. Number 6 is Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to have this higher up on your board, and I wanted to have it higher up on my board. I really did. There was major concerns when I was playing the game of how the story was, and how some of the aspects of how the game functioned. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of errors, and a lot of stuff that still exists in Bethesda's games today that never got resolved because in Skyrim they didn't take the time to set it. But nonetheless, Skyrim is a fantastic game. I got to play it on PC again this year. It was an absolutely breathtaking experience for a game being almost 8 years old now. I think it is 8 years old. The console generations and the updates that they have done on the game have been fantastic. I love what they did with the game, the open world, the storytelling, everything on the side quests, from Daedric armor pursuits to getting and killing dragons and getting dragon scales and dragon bones, to telling the story of the Dovahkiin. I loved every second of it. I enjoyed it. However, there is better games out there, such as, well, you'll see. Number 5 is GTA 5. Fitting. GTA 5 was a game that I didn't put a lot of time into. I didn't play the story. I watched somebody else play the story, because when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to play GTA. I had to sneak it into the house, and eventually when I did sneak it and get it into the house, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I was always getting it taken out, banned and stuff like that. Yes, I was one of those kids who had to do stuff. I was allowed to play Call of Duty, but I couldn't play GTA. It made no sense, trust me. But I enjoy GTA. I love the online aspect of it. I love what these guys did with the racing, and it's definitely the best racing game, I think, of the generation that we just had. But it was phenomenal, from the bank heist to the online to how people did these new in real life stuff and on the PC and everything. It's still one of the best, most viewed games on Twitch. It's standing up to the test of time. I really wish they would have had single player DLC and went more into that. But knowing Rockstar and how they do things, they just love online. They love to get everybody involved in online. And as much as I do like the game, it's not a game that I can hold in high regards to some of the other games that are going to come up, because it just wasn't as fleshed out in the beginning as it could have been. But nonetheless, GTA 5 was a very solid game. The most sold game, I think, of all time still. You guys should try it if you haven't, but I'm pretty sure most of you have. So that's number 5. Number 4 is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, I don't have any other Call of Duty on this list but Black Ops 2. This generation, this decade was not great for Call of Duties. After Modern Warfare 3, there is no game that I would even contemplate throwing in on this except for Modern Warfare Remastered, and obviously that's a remaster that doesn't count. But Black Ops 2 was by far the best one. And I know you're going to say, yo, it's the other generation, it's the other platforms. I understand that, but I'm even factoring it into the new consoles, because if they remastered it on the new consoles, it would be the best right now. No other Call of Duty even comes close to Black Ops 2, with League Play launching off the rip, with the great guns launching off the rip. The only thing that I hated about the game was the LSAT, or the LMGs with Target Finder. That was literally the only thing that killed me, and getting hit offline on League Play every now and then. The game had great maps. It had a great story. The zombies was great to me. I love Transit. A lot of people don't, but I really liked it. A lot of people think that Black Ops 2 is the best COD. In my opinion, it's not, but I can definitely see where people get this from. It's definitely the most polished COD that we've had, and I definitely enjoyed the game, and that's definitely the reason why it's the only COD on this list. You would think, me being a big Call of Duty fan, that would be higher up on my list, but, you know, objective. This is not a subjective list, okay? I gotta stop with these fucking puns. Number 3 is The Witcher 3. I don't even think that's a pun, but the law of 3 is here. The Witcher 3 is a game that I find completely fascinating. Okay, I have been playing another playthrough of this since the show came out, and apparently there's more people playing it now than there was on release date, which is mind-boggling. The fuck have they been doing their whole lives? I remember seeing it at E3 and being like, wow, this game is creative, it is amazing, it is wonderful, it is beautiful, and it looks intriguing. And that's exactly what the game is. Being able to play it on PC after playing it on PS4 is absolutely game-changing. From being able to control your horse better, to being able to tell stories that are creative, to be able to go out in side stories, not even go into the main quest, just being able to go into side quests and just get lost and develop your character. It's phenomenal. There's too much here for me to sit here and explain it unless I do my own separate review, which is just a phenomenal game that I think everybody should play and everybody should try. It's definitely one of the better games that I've ever played, and I think that it doesn't get enough respect that it deserves, even though it did get a lot of the gaming years and the Game of the Year talks. I think Game of the Generation is definitely something that needs to be up there, but for me right now, I've got to say that The Witcher 3 sits comfortably at 3. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, another number and game correlation, I guess. I didn't even notice that when I was writing them. It's funny as hell. You guys know how much I love Red Dead Redemption 2. If you weren't following me last year, go check out some of my videos where I talked about Red Dead, talked about how much I love the game. Yes, the game is a little stale in some regards, as the missions and some of the way you play the game is the same as in other Rockstar games. I get that. You go here to this point, you do this, you do that. I got you. I understand it, but that doesn't alleviate that this game thoroughly transformed how we see video games. It's the best in graphics. It's the best in storytelling. It has the best character development. It is absolutely phenomenal how much detail and how much things you can do in Red Dead that to this day, I still have not finished, and I have over 250 hours played on the game. I've had 4 or 5 walkthroughs at this point. I've had different stories, different endings. I've had different ways characters are developed, different things. I mean, it's so much, and I would have The Witcher above this game, except for Red Dead comes out later, and again, this is where technology improvements happen, and because Red Dead Redemption 2 was a game that was made in a different setting, and the only difference between The Witcher, Skyrim, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is simply just the setting. I think the old western and nature type of theme is really better than The Witcher, which is just, you know, just imaginative. It's just creative, which is cool in its own right. I'm not disregarding it or hating on it. I just think, you know, something set in almost reality feels better. It feels seamless. It feels easier to make, and it feels easier to connect to. I'm not saying that this was a game to easily play or easily, you know, make at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I enjoyed it more because of that. And I do love Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's surprising that it's not number 1 on my list. Number 1, Minecraft. Go ahead and hit the dislike button already. I already know what you finna do. Minecraft, easy. Did you say Minecraft? Yes, I said Minecraft. There has been no game who has established itself at the top of YouTube, maybe not Twitch, okay? We won't go through Twitch, but even sometimes on Twitch, there's been no game who has done it more consistently than Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft since 2010, and I've played it on Pocket Edition, I played it on PlayStation, I played it on Xbox, I played it on PC, and I tried it on the damn Switch. This game is phenomenal. This game just seems to just do everything correctly. Every time I load up the game when there's a new update, I find myself spending hours upon hours upon hours doing either the same thing that I've already done or doing something completely different that I've never done before. Shit, up until this year, I didn't even know they fucking added Elytra. I didn't even know what the hell the end was. I went into the end and was like, bro, what the hell is going on here? Just completely mind-boggling, completely amazing. The mod supports, the skin supports, the community supports, everything in between it, from crossplay to updating your game consistently. Minecraft and Mojang have done a great job of doing it. It's almost non-debatable or non-negotiable that this is the game of the decade that has been consistently played every year. I feel like somebody else is telling me about how much they love it or how much they play it or how great it is, or I got somebody talking about it's a childish game, and then I get them into it and they're like, wow, this game's actually pretty fun. Every time we do this, and it is without a doubt the best game of the decade. Minecraft, you are that guy. Zelda was an honorable mention on my list. Again, a game that I haven't got into that much, but I do enjoy the game. I want to finish it out before I judge it. And God of War is another one that was left out on my list very shortly. But there's a lot of games that we could have done this with. We could have debated, and it just simply comes down to personal preference, how I valued the one over the other. Even though I try to do this on objective, truth-based gaming, sometimes, you know, it comes down to personal preference. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Overwatch was one I almost forgot to. I like Overwatch. I haven't put that many hours into it. I'm playing it now. I'm going to give it. I got you guys. I hear you. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Zai AZ. Happy New Year. Be safe tonight. Don't drink and drive. Be smart. Bless up. I'll catch you in the next one. Hadouken!